Well, good morning all. Here I am in the driveway on the way heading out to town. I'm driving the gas-powered vehicle this morning. Boy, all noisy, smelly old things. I get so used to that electric car. Ellen took off with the electric, went to Pahoa for a doctor's appointment. And that's exactly where I'm headed as the doctor, but to Hilo. And so we're going two different directions, and I got left with the PT Cruiser here. So we're on the way out and heading into town. And I thought I'd do a little bit of Corona Garden show. We take a look and see how are things doing in Hilo, what's the traffic look like, and maybe what's left on the store shelves. Sorry if the picture bounces around a little bit, folks. My cameraman over here is a tripod strapped in on the seat. So. It'd be a good idea if I drove and held the camera at the same time. There's enough danger in the world today. We don't need to add to it. Okay, well, I better put my foot on the pedal here because looks like there are, well, at least one more guy on the road here. Boy, these things noisy, huh? Woohoo! You can get used to them electric cars real fast. They take off real fast, they stop real fast, get almost no moving parts, they don't smell, and they make almost no noise. Let's abide by the law and do the speed limit. We're in town. Okay, welcome to beautiful Mountain View. This is where the Green Garden guy lives, on the outskirts of town. About a mile out of the city limits here. Well, let's see. That's the Catholic Church. How about the post office? What's going on this morning? Pretty empty. Not much there either. The propane guy, he don't look like he's out this morning. How about the filling station? Gas is cheap. $3.69. Well, I got 3 cars filling up. Yeah, they haven't put too much mandatory on Hawaii. So far, things are still, kind of voluntary. They're asking you all to stay away. Don't come here on vacation. Pretty much everything's shut anyway. They shut all the state parks. I know on Oahu, they closed all of the city parks. So, your commercial attractions are shut. Yeah, it's just... We still have the beautiful scenery, and I guess you can drive around the island. And I did hear this morning that they have waived the fees at all the national parks. Yeah, waived the fees. That's nationwide, including the volcano park up here. So that's a good thing. If you can manage to get there, you can get a little bit of air. Walk around, enjoy yourself, maintain your social distancing, but that's not too hard in a national park. There's a lot of space. Yeah, here's the one and only stoplight in Mountain View, Hawaii. I'm waiting for it right now. Oh. Yeah. If you live here on the Big Island, it's a good time to enjoy the park if you don't happen to have one of those Gideon free passes or something. It's a nice place to be. I was up there last weekend with friends having breakfast at the hotel on the rim of the volcano. It was nice, very nice. There was almost nobody around. The tourists were pretty much gone. Well, I'll tell you what, it's about 9 line of 7 cars, but not a lot of traffic. We have been told to restrict non-essential travel. My doctor told me, you come down to the office. So I wanted to see if I could talk to him by Skype or something, but he said, nope, get in here. And apparently they're not being overrun because they had all kinds of appointments available at a moment's notice. I'm going to town because for over a month I have had a headache. It's not serious, it's a minor headache, but the duration of time is concerning me, and it's also annoying. It doesn't help my state of mind. We got enough problems right now without having permanent headaches. So I went down once last week, and Doc said, oh, well, at the time it felt like it was in the back of my head. He says, oh, it's a tension headache. Maybe you need some, therapy on the neck or something. You try that sort of thing. I slept on a heating pad for a while, but turns out then I realized, it's in the front of my head. I have a pretty good sinus infection, apparently. I haven't had one in years. And, I don't like them. I'm going down just to make sure that I'm right about that. Let the doc try to diagnose it. And then see if he's got anything we can do with it, because it's just been going on. Anyway, sure is quiet, huh? I'll always shut the camera down for a little bit, I think, rather than run up all my card and battery here just looking at the highway. You get the impression things are pretty quiet around here. Well, welcome to Curtistown. This is the Churchville. All the churches are here in this town. Seventh-day Adventist, the Jehovah Witness, and all blah, 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 blah. Mountain View has the Catholic Church. It's the only one. Well, here we are in Hilo. See a little bit of a flank of Mauna Kea rising up above town to the left. Again, it looks kind of sleepy. Yeah, she looks kind of sleepy here. Well, all the schools are closed. I think that's having the biggest impact. They closed all the public education through to the end of the month, I believe. We're going to have a double long spring break. That could change any time now, but having the schools closed, I guess, is really making a difference on the traffic. Nobody's picking up kids, taking kids to school. There's no school buses. And then there are very few tourists. And then a lot of people who would have been working aren't. It's quiet, for sure. But this is not a place where it ever looks really busy. I mean, Hilo is the second largest city in the state of Hawaii, but that's a long shot from Honolulu. So we're ordinarily fairly quiet here anyway. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I live here. I love the slower, more laid back, less rat race, more aloha. Yeah, it makes for a whole lot better living. I've had enough stress in this life. I mean, I was born in Chicago, so go figure, right? Yep. This is great. And it's, at least in one way, it's better now than it was, because it's really quiet. All right, over on the left, though, I know that's public services, food stamps and stuff like that. I see the parking lot is a little more full than usual. We have plenty of people here on public services, no matter what. But there's more people in that lot than I usually see. Yeah, like Whoopi Goldberg said the other day, I had to laugh. pandemic makes us all socialists. I mean, really, sometimes I shouldn't get into politics because I'll get jumped on. People hate it when I do that, but you think about it, that's a fire department is a socialist thing. A police department is a socialist institution. It's paid for by public dollars to take care of the nation at large. The highway department, another socialized institution. The military, believe me, it's not privatized, and it doesn't run on capitalism. Capitalism profits from it, definitely. War is one of our biggest products, I think. In the past, death has been more of what we deal out than health. But yeah, we already have so many socialized services. Our schools, it was the government that told everybody to stay home from the schools, right? That means it's paid for by public money. We have so many socialist services, yet we live in a capitalistic society. I don't know. I just wish people who have railing against the word socialism would just once take a look around and realize that they actually live with it, and without it, their lives would be miserable, probably. Can you imagine having to pay the fire department to put your fires out? That used to happen at one time. They made fire departments public institutions years ago. I know New York had problems where you didn't have the right fire sign on your building. They just drive right by you. You weren't on their list. That stuff pretty much is gone. Now we're facing the new dilemma, though. What do we do with all these sick people? If that, comes to it, like if we end up like Italy, for instance. I hope not, but what do you do? You give them free testing. Yeah, the president says we give free tests to you all. So you go in, you got no medical insurance and no income. You get a test. They go, yep, you're positive. Oh, great. What now? Well, use your Blue Cross. I don't have any Blue Cross. Yeah, when times get tough like this and things get weird, you start to realize, I think, how everything being for profit is not necessarily good. I mean, I'm a good capitalist. I make all kind of money on all kinds of things. I like money. Money's power in our society. So I think sometimes people mix socialism up with communism and don't understand the difference. We've railed against it from the right in our nation for so long now that we don't really even know what the word means, I don't think. Because guess what, folks? We already live under it. But right now, we'll be living under even more of it. Because we're all going to start to follow a set of procedures from our local governments and the top government that's going to regulate how our lives are. There are negative parts to it, too. I generally find most of my friends that live in socialist countries in Europe that they don't have the same sort of freedom to move around, change jobs, change locations ordinarily. This is true. I love my freedom. Friends of mine in Italy are always astounded when I tell them, oh yeah, I opened up a new business. They changed what I'm doing. And they go, wow, I'm still doing what my dad was doing and what his dad was doing, Big truck. Cargo containers going back to the port, empty. Well, I hope they just left my grocery store. We'll see about that later. I'm going to go shopping with y'all. We'll see what we can find. I got to go look at the hand sanitizer and the toilet paper and all that other stuff they say is missing. Oh, my goodness. My brother, he lives, him and his wife, they live in Illinois, Woodstock, Illinois. If you saw the movie Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, you not only know the town, because that's where they filmed it, but you also know my brother, because he was in the movie as an extra, guy in the street. But anyway, they've shut so much down in Illinois. I mean, they really locked the state down bad. He's working for Menards, sort of like a Lowe's or Home Depot, sort of a lumberyard type operation, general hardware and stuff. And he's still there. It's considered an essential service, but other things are shut down. I guess it's insanity. Stuff's just sold out. They've wiped stuff out. Well, his daughter, Justine, lives in Fernley, Nevada. Her husband works for Tesla over there where they make the batteries. Well, Fernley has one Walmart. I don't know if you've ever been to Fernley, but last time I was there, it was a truck stop, but that was years ago. I guess there's been some developments now because Tesla's there. There's houses and things they put up, but there isn't much for any kind of services. And she said the shelves at her Walmart are completely wiped. And so we got a reverse Okie thing going on here because his daughter from Nevada got in the car with the kids yesterday, and they're headed to Illinois, even though Illinois is locked down, just because Bob has goods and services yet available over there. He's going to go stay with her dad with the kids. But, this kind of social migration stuff and crossing borders under these circumstances could get weird. It depends, what the motivations are and who the people are. This is definitely a time to resist panic, attempt to try to calm the people around you, see what you can do, to try to maintain normality and some sense of structure and order as things are falling apart, because I'll tell you, this is a perfect time for the loonies to all come out of the woodworks. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh boy, I would not want to be in Iran right now. I think it was 850,000 prisoners. I'm bad with numbers, sorry, but I think that's what it was. They opened the jails, including the political prisoners. They let everybody out because the jails were just breeding. Of course, now that they bred, then they let them out in the street, but they have just let all the criminals in Tehran, at least, out into the street. So, I don't know. I hope we don't see anything that even looks like that here. I hope not. I know that they've done quarantines on our prisons here in Hawaii. You can't even go visit or anything like that. They don't want somebody bringing the disease into the prison because that would be a disaster. Well, here's my doctor's office. Aloha. Well, I'm back out of the doc's office. They got a sign up there on the door that says stop and read. And if you've been out of the States since March 1st, go back to your car, and he's got his phone number there. You call the office. So, they're being pretty serious. There weren't a lot of people in there, so I guess that's good. We'll see. I hate drugs. I don't like going to the doctor. Nothing to do with any of this stuff, but what you gotta do, man? I've been at it now for a month with a headache. Now I see the drive-through at McDonald's. McDonald's drive-through is open, but their dining room is closed apparently. But wow, there's barely anybody at the drive-through even. 2 people. That's kind of a surprise. Oftentimes that's backed up. Well, of course, it's not lunchtime. It's a little early. That's why. Good thing, because sometimes taking this route down the street, that drive-through makes quite a mess. Blocks everything up. Okay, so I'm heading to the store. I'm gonna go pick up a couple of odds and ends. Bring them home with me, and we'll give you a report on what things look like on the shelves. Yeah, this is the first time I've been to Hilo ever since things got really crazy over there on the mainland, and they, closed the San Francisco Bay Area. They closed down New York and so on. So we'll see how much it's affecting things here. Traffic is definitely light, and the amount of people I see on the sidewalks is also minimal compared to what I usually see. But they're here. People are out. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty busy. It's pretty busy, but it's not insane. So, just pretty busy. Well, busy. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So, a lot of anything you can clean stuff up with looks like it's gone. But there's still things here. There's still soap. Still have dish detergent and stuff. Okay. Looks like Listerine's gone, alcohol's gone. There's nothing that even looks like a hand sanitizer. Toothpaste. Yeah. So that's really what's gotten hit here too. But there's still stuff on the shelves. Food is readily available. Yep, it looks like anyway. Yeah. We still got coffee, but we better have coffee. This is Hawaii. We grow it here. Looks like box cereal is light. These things are kind of light. But they're not gone. There's still meat. Still got corned beef. Still got chicken. Oh, still got ahi, but we better have ahi. It comes in off the port. Out of sausages. Not that I care. Really good. Yeah, they still got frozen chickens for $1.99 a pound. Not bad. Oh, we got Christopher Ranch garlic from California. Very good. Yeah. Looks pretty good here. Found some Monterey Jack and some string cheese. Oh, all right. Yeah, we still got queso fresco, my favorite. Yeah, we even still got organic yellows, organic reds, organic russet potatoes. And we still got sweet onions on the other side. Yeah, we still got onions. Definitely shortages. Still got Spam. Got to. This is Hawaii. But a lot of this canned stuff, canned meat, you know, and so on. It's low. It's low. Hey, what's gone? All the ramen. Oh, there's some left. I don't eat this stuff, but let's see which kind's left. Oh, the instant chicken. Okay. I even still have some ramen if you want that stuff. There's some noodle balls over here. I guess just the most popular brand. Bad, oh bad, look at that. We named these things sliders when I was a kid in Chicago. They're so greasy. They got plenty of them left here. Oh yeah, and if you want to survive on corn dogs, you can too. Sorry, can't eat this stuff. Oh, they got jalapeno poppers with cream cheese. They have plenty of stuff left here. It looks like they're replacing toilet paper with cowling paper. Oh, we still got shrimp, we still got scallops, all the high-end stuff is still around. Oh, we got corn dogs too, huh? Lines here are longer than I've ever seen them, but not bad. Well, it was relatively painless. I see one of the cargo container trucks has just pulled in. I found everything I needed. So, oh, there's Kona Transport over there. Well, heading home. Got everything I needed. I guess the only thing I need to worry about is, since this gas-powered car only has half a tank, whether or not they'll be bringing fuel in, which I'm sure they will. Although I don't really need this car. I'm only using it today because Ellen took the electric. I tell you, it's a relief to have an electric automobile and a house that's powered by the sun, and the electric car, but also charged from the roof by the sun. yesterday, I just happened to notice when I was checking my Tesla app that there'd been a power failure. There wasn't any juice flowing down the wires. I didn't even notice it. We hardly ever notice it, actually, because of the solar stuff on the roof. Even though we are tied to the grid, I never notice when it goes down. That was one of the reasons that I actually put the solar in the house. I got sick and tired of the power failures. The Tesla Powerwall keeps a record of all the power failures, and I checked them yesterday. Oh my goodness, they've been, probably since New Year's, there have been like half a dozen of them. Well, headed home.